Hello, this is a tutorial on using a screen capture tool. Similar to something like Screencast-O-Matic or Record It. However, the nice thing about this one is it works really well with Chrome. Matter of fact, it uses the Chrome browser. It is actually a screen recording tool for the Chrome browser. So it works for Chromebooks because there's no Java involved. Most of those other screen recording software packages will not work with Chromebooks. This is web-based, so it's in the cloud, and basically when you're done, your completed project can be stored either in Google Drive or it can be stored in YouTube. Since Google owns YouTube, that makes that nice and easy. So the first thing you have to do is in the Chrome browser, you have to actually go and find the Screencastify, and you have to find that tool and get that attached or affiliated with your browser. So in order to do that, if you're in a Chromebook, down in the bottom left corner there'll be a little magnifying glass here. You can click there and that'll take you to the Chrome store. You can actually, if I'm on my Mac now, so I can go to the Chrome web store right here, or you can also just Google it. And get there itself. Either way, you're going to get to this particular screen, and all you have to do in the search bar, Screencastify, and you will look for the extension. So here it is right here, Screencastify Screen Video Recorder, and you add it to Chrome. You're going to add the extension when prompted, and you are now good to go. You actually have this particular extension in Chrome as soon as it gets done doing its thing. So it tells you it's been added, and notice here you have this little piece of film strip, right? Here's a larger image here. This is what it looks like. So in order to launch Screencastify, that's what you will click on. So I'll get rid of this. There it is right there. Notice that any Chrome browser page, it's going to be there. Okay. So I'm just going to pull up a screen for us to have here. Here's a tab, so we have different tabs here. So this is a tab, this is a tab. So Screencastify, again, screen capture using the Chrome browser, so Chromebooks, because there is no Java. It is a free app, it's web-based, a free extension for the Chrome browser. The free version gives you a 10-minute limit to record video capture. It doesn't matter how many you have and saved in your particular account. As far as I know, that's unlimited. I know somebody who has about 40 of these in their account and they are not being shut off. But the free version limits you to about 10 minutes. There is a paid version, which is not too bad if this is a tool you use a lot. If you're somebody who's got a Chromebook and you would like to do screen capture on a regular basis, I think this is something to consider. It's $30. And it's a one-time fee. It's not an annual renewable. There's no monthly fee. It's $30, and basically what that does is it gives you unlimited recording time, so you don't have to limit your videos to just 10 minutes. Now, for a lot of purposes, 10 minutes will probably be fine. If this is an instructor doing a lecture, you probably don't want something that's an hour, 2 hours long. Generally, making things in smaller chunks, if you will, is a little bit better way to go. If you have something that you think needs to be longer than 10 minutes, there's nothing wrong with breaking it up, chunking it into parts, and part 1 or part 2, part 3. That allows you to do that. So you have the ability to capture a tab, and that's why I was showing you these tabs. You can capture a tab, you can capture your entire desktop, or you can actually capture a webcam, so an image of yourself and then whatever is in your background. The nice thing about capturing with the webcam, some of the other tools that I mentioned earlier, like Screencast-O-Matic, which I use a lot, that will also allow you to capture the webcam, but it locates the webcam in one spot. It's down in the bottom right corner. With Screencastify, you actually have the ability to move where that webcam is going to be shown. And that's good because of screen real estate and what it it might cover up as part of what you are going to be demonstrating to your audience. So it's audio content and video capture along with any of the mouse movements. So you'll be able to see wherever my mouse goes, that's going to be captured as well. So this works really good from an instructional strategy point of view, things like lectures, tutorials, demonstrations, pushing content, introducing some new concept that then you're going to have maybe some group work or some assessment attached to it. And don't forget that students can also use this tool as well. It's very easy, very small learning curve on this. Bloom's level 1 to 4 will be covered with this. So let's get started. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to click on this little film strip icon, which is going to load my Screencastify. The first time you're going to have to set this up. That's what I'm showing you here. Once you have this established, you won't have to do this every time. This just tells you where you want to set up what your camera captures and records. Do you want it to go to Google Drive or locally stored on this device? I recommend going to Google Drive, and then this just grants you the permission. So you're going to have to identify the account that you're going to put it in. Let's change my password here. So I'm going to sign in, and then you're going to have to authorize. Okay, so congratulations, just one more step. Choose where to store your recordings. We're going to allow our microphone and camera access. So we got that done, and we're going to get started. So we don't need this piece. This just kind of is a quick walkthrough that kind of shows you basically what I'm going to show you. Okay, so I closed out of that. That was just a brief, it's about 1.5 minutes long, just to kind of walk you through. But that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to click on our Screencastify icon now. And so we have a couple of things that we need to make decisions on and identify. At this particular point, the default is to tab, which means this particular tab I have here, this is what is going to be recorded. I can also record the entire desktop. That's something we may want to consider. Or I can record my video cam. So that would be me, and that's what I would be recording. And if I'm recording the video cam by itself, I'm not recording anything that's on the screen. So just keep that in mind. So I'm just going to record the tab at this point. Now I have some check marks next to the audio associated with the tab. What this means is here we have, this might be a video, or at least down here, there are some items that may be videos. If I decide to play them, I'm also going to record that audio. If I take this away, I'm not going to get that audio. Same thing with the microphone. I don't know why you would want to have something here without the microphone, because that's what you're using to explain what's going on. But you could also eliminate that. You have the ability to choose the microphone. I'm actually on a headset, so I'm going to choose that particular headset. And just practicing here, having a conversation, speaking the way that you would speak during your recording, you're going to want to see this green bar move. If I talk really loud, notice that some of the items gets up into the yellow and red area. You want to make sure it's green. You don't necessarily need to have it go up too high, because you can kind of shout out your audience there. Then on the video area here, I have the selection that I can make, the embedded video. Notice here it shows in the lower right corner, but I have the ability to choose where I want it. Top left corner, top right corner. Okay, so bottom right corner, let's say that's fine. Your video is going to be recorded here, 30 frames per second. Show preview window, I always keep this off. What will happen is you'll get a window inside a window, and it's kind of confusing to the viewer. So I don't have any need for this myself, so I keep that off. The upgrade, that's what I was talking to you about earlier. There's the $30 one-time fee that allows you to have unlimited recording time. So if this is a tool you're going to use a lot, might be something that you may want to look at. Now, the other thing to talk about is start recording. Once we actually start our recording, there will be one way to stop, and that is to go back up to this area. You'll notice that once we start, this little black piece of film is going to end up with a red dot right in the middle. we have to go up there and click on that and then click the stop button to actually stop the recording. Different from some of the other screen recording tools, one of the things that this does not have is does not have a countdown. A lot of the other screen recording tools will do 3, 2, 1, go, or something to that effect. This does not have that. Once you start recording, a good eyeball thing here is to take a look right up top to see that you got that little red dot, and then you'll know you're going. So okay, let's kind of give this a shot. Okay, so we see our little red icon up here. So we know that we are actually recording. So I could demonstrate what I needed to do. Notice how my mouse is moving along here. If I wanted to click on something and launch something, it's going to launch whatever is underneath that particular link. And so I can go through and do my explanation, do my tutorial, do my demonstration, have this as part of my lecture and all that. Now, what you're not going to see right now, but it's actually happening, is I'm in the lower area here because I do have my video cam identified. I don't want to get a new tab here. Let's get out of this. All right, so I can talk. I can move my mouse around. If I click on something, they're going to see, my audience is going to see what I clicked on. You see that little kind of explosion of the little red dot there. So that's where we're at. And at this particular point, I am going to stop. So I'm going to go up here to the Screencastify. I'm going to hit the little red dot. And this is kind of what it's telling me. I have the ability to pause and continue on if that's what I would like to do. My recording so far has been 1 minute, 28, 29, 30 seconds, and I'm going to stop. Okay, so it goes ahead and starts playing automatically. You see here is my video here, and I had that set in the lower right corner. Now this is kind of important because, you know, knowing where you're going to have that video, if you're using the webcam as well as the screen capture, if I'm going to point out some information that's in the lower right corner of the screen, this is a problem if I have myself there. So I may want to move myself up to one of these other spaces if that's what I was going to demonstrate. But I always have to pay attention to where this is going to be if I'm actually using it. Some other items up here, this is, download, share. So this is if you wanted to actually take this, link above and beyond this. And I'll show you that in a second. Cropping is not cropping or trimming the length of the video. It's cropping or trimming the view portion of the screen. And then obviously the trash can is the delete area. Now notice some things that has happened. First of all, here in the info box to the right, it's uploaded it to Google Drive. So it went into our Google Drive, and as soon as we took and added that extension for Screencastify on our Google Chrome browser, it created a folder in our Google Drive called Screencastify. And all of these presentations that you do are automatically going to be stored there. Basically, that master will be stored there. So here you have some information. It's 5.4 megabytes as the size, 1:33. That's the resolution, November 4th, 2015, and the time frame. Stored in Drive, Google Drive, okay. So if I go up here to share, I can share it on Google Drive, so I can have it move from Google Drive to wherever I would like it to be, or I can share it or send it to YouTube, which is what I recommend, because once it gets into YouTube, you have a lot of choices of things that you can do with it, including grabbing the URL, grabbing the embed code, any of that kind of stuff. The other thing you have to do from a privacy point of view is this is where you want to select your privacy options. If this is something that it's okay if anybody gets to see, public is the default option, or it's the default option actually that I have in my YouTube account because I do tutorials. You can adjust this. You can change it to unlisted, so that means only people who have the link to the video can view it. That might be something that you're actually wanting to do if it's for a specific class. And as you can see, private means only you can view it. So I'm going to make sure that YouTube is my selection. I have to select my YouTube channel here so I can add a channel, which is what you're going to have to do the first time. I already have a channel configured with my my Screencastify account, so I'm just going to select that one, and I'm going to do upload, and you're going to see over here that it's doing its thing. Okay. So we now have got it uploaded to YouTube. And again, it went relatively quickly because it was only 1 minute and 33 seconds. So remember, if you use the free account, you only have 10 minutes for the option. And you may not know this right now, but I'm 15 minutes and 45 seconds into this video tutorial that I did. So it doesn't have to be very long, but 10 minutes can come by pretty quick. If this is some tool that you think you're going to use a lot, you may want to take a look at that $30 one-time fee. If, however, you think that you're good and comfortable keeping everything in a 10-minute time frame, then I think this will work for you. Again, this is Screencastify, and it is a Google Chrome browser extension. Thank you.